Hey, what's up, ladies and gentle-tubers? It's eveRide. Thank you so much for watching. This is ADV for all. Now, these days we're so jam-packed with awesome stuff, and I have to say that not everything that's awesome that happens on a motorcycle adventure has to do with a motorcycle. So we start off day 8. Ness made me some delicious eggs and bacon. The guy knows how to cook. After the eggs and bacon, we took a cruise around Ness's hometown of Sandy, Oregon. And it's just a cool little town. There's a lot of kind of ski bum history there. It's right nestled up kind of close to Mount Hood. It's just a beautiful area. So we cruised around, we went to Joe's Donut Shop, had some of the most legendary donuts. Actually, it's probably the best donut I've ever had in my life. Ness said they were some of the best donuts in the world. Wasn't lying. Alright, so here we have it. This is an official Joe's Donut. It has been vouched for by several people now. Let's give it a try and see if it's worth, the hype.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. That thing's amazing, dude. How do they?
I know.
Look at the inside of that. Yeah, this is ridiculous because I'm already full. And I'm gonna finish probably both of these things. I'm road tripping, right? We could do this.
Dude, it's your carbon loading for the days ahead.
That's right.
You got mini biking tonight, and you got like lots of stuff coming up.
That's right. We got a few of the engine.
Exactly.
I'm making excuses for eating donuts. Man, that thing's great. And it's kind of funny because that is kind of the essence of why we go out and do this stuff. To get a donut that tastes something unlike any donut we've ever tasted. Something that the locals brag about, Alright, here Ryan's showing me how to make pho. It's called pho, right?
Pho.
Pho.
P-H-O. How to accessorize your pho. You got your basils, cilantro, bean sprouts, limes, little peppers for heat, red chili oil, poison, and sriracha if you're a sriracha fan. And you kind of mix it all up and you kind of go for it.
Alright, man. It's a new experience for me. Well, there's something else that's amazing about Sandy, Oregon. In Sandy, actually right next to Ness's house, is Mount Hood Arena Cross for mini motos. And oh my goodness. So that day we'd actually planned to go to motocross, but it was raining. Well, Ness has a converted horse arena that he's made into a mini motocross track. Ness is actually doing a mini motocross big event this very weekend, the day before, or the couple of days before this gets published. So definitely make sure to check that out. It's going to be a lot of fun. They built a huge over and under, but I'm just going to let you enjoy the old track. It was so much fun.
Oh, jeez.
You guys, mini moto is like nothing that you've ever done before. The size of the bikes is kind of irrelevant. I mean, obviously if you crash, it's not going to be so bad because they can't go very fast. However, the amount of effort and work that your body has to do to ride these little motorcycles, how these guys ride them, is unbelievable. So think of it this way. Every time you need to stand up on your motorcycle, you can't stand up very far and you're doing like a full squat. Riding a motorcycle over whoops and things like that while standing is made easier because you can stand all the way up and get your weight forward. On these mini moto bikes, that's just not an option, and so it's almost like you're doing infinite squats. But it's so much fun. There's so much, every little detail of how to ride has to be applied. You've got to lean the bike just right. You've got to keep your body position perfect. because there's no weight to the motorcycles, and so you can kind of throw them around, but again, there's no weight to the motorcycles, and so your body makes 10 times the difference than it would on a bigger bike. So you absolutely have to have right body position, everything like that. And you can see I was going ridiculously slow compared to everybody else. In fact, when I got out on the track, other people weren't even out on the track because it was no fun for them to get behind me. But I have to say, mini moto is one of those things that's just it's like a class of its own. I mean, it's goofy and it's fun, but it's extremely difficult and it takes a lot of skill. Like, I thought I'd just be able to shred around the track no problem, but it was 10 times harder than I thought it would be. Still a ridiculous amount of fun, and I learned a lot about my riding style and where my body was being positioned and things like that. But it was just a ton of fun. So mini moto was phenomenal. It was a ton of fun, and I got to meet some of Nessa's really amazing friends. This guy right here, his name's Joey. Joey is like professional rider guy. He's like sponsored by Fox and stuff. You'll see him in a bunch of Nessa's videos, but the guy's an amazing rider, and he was just down to earth, like the coolest guy, nicest guy. You know, it took 10 seconds of shaking his hand, and I didn't feel intimidated at all. And then this is Nessa's friend. They call him Action Figure Tim. Action Figure Tim is legendary, super funny.
I mean, you gotta look good for the photos. And like, whenever you're like motoing, you're just like, brr. Remember, like, anytime I did a trail race, I'd be like, brr, brr, and be like through the woods, I'm like, oh my god, I'm so freaking tired. It's like 90 miles in, and all of a sudden there'd be like a photographer right there. I'm like, oh yeah, brr. You know, you're like, yeah, I got it, I'm good. And then afterwards, you're like, oh my god, I'm still tired. But just for that 5-10 seconds, you're like, yeah, cool. Post up. Hit that corner a little better. Action figure out. Yeah, you gotta action figure it. It's just like, instead of taking the corner, you gotta be like, like the toy bike.
There it is. There's the bike. Yeah.
That's Metro, but you smell all right. Yeah.
And then, of course, Mr. Don G. This is Ryan's friend Ben, and a better guy you just won't be able to find. It was so eye-opening to just see different people, meet different people. And you know what? Motorcycles bring us all together, but I think beyond that, just good people. Motorcycling is kind of a medium where people can relate, have something in common. But when it just comes to talking to these guys and shooting the breeze, you know, motorcycle or no motorcycle, these guys were awesome people.